It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I'll be your host today. If you want to follow the news articles as we review them today, just go over to Facebook, search for Tech for Senior, and follow along with the news articles. And if you want to send us a news article that you've seen this week, send it to techforseniorinfo@gmail.com, and we'll put it on the list and review it. All right, let's get started with the show. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior Live. It is February the 1st, 2024. Where did January go, Huey? Where did January go? It just poof. It just went by so quickly. Well, we're here today to talk about the news of the week. Now, you're going to say, who the heck are we? We're a group of seniors who like to talk about news. But where do we originate from? Well, of course, I'll introduce everybody in a minute. But we all come from our Monday show, which is, of course, we're moving into our 5th season. We will be having our 200th episode this Monday, hosted by Huey Popluck. You did 100, you got 200. I don't know how you keep getting all the biggies, but anyway, Huey will be the host on Monday, and come help us celebrate our 200th show. Oh my gosh, soon to be season 5. Now, the difference is that our Monday show is a Zoom meeting. So and the nice thing about the Zoom meeting is we have a little social chit chat. We can talk to people. It's like we're having a nice meeting of everyone that comes. Whereas today, this is, of course, being broadcast out on StreamYard to YouTube and Facebook. So we actually can't see you, and we don't have any idea who's out there. We could just be talking to ourselves. So it's really important that you put something in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions, any comments, what the weather is. If you can sort of let us know who's out there, that's great. So we know who you are. Now, if you're over on our Zoom meeting, and if you're over on our, if you click the wrong button and you're now in our Zoom meeting on Monday, you're in the wrong spot. We're not going to be there till Monday. So you need to come over, and we've got a big button. Let me just bring up here. This is our website. And if you come to www.techforsenior.com, there's a big button that says take you to the meeting. Go there, just click live, and it'll take you right to the show. And you can just log in, and you'll see our YouTube show playing as it is. So anyway, that's how you get over to our Thursday show, which is the one we're running today. Today, we're going to have a nice chat. We're going to talk about a few of the news articles of the week to start out with, and then we'll go through the ones on Facebook. And if you wanted to follow our news articles that we're going to be talking about today, you can just go to our Facebook page. If you just go to Facebook and type in Tech for Senior, you'll find us and you'll see the show playing, and you can follow along, or you can follow the articles. And actually, we put those articles up daily. So if you're sort of interested and you have a computer club, maybe you're doing newsletters or stuff like that, bookmark that page and just keep following, because all the articles that the group of us like and think you might want to watch, and I'll tell you, they're not gaming articles, because none of us game. We're not interested in that. But if you like sort of what we're interested in, then just follow the Facebook page along, as because we put all these articles in, and then at the end of the week we go over them. It's really a lot of fun and some interesting articles. So there we are. Now let me introduce the our esteemed group of experts who have asked to come in and talk today. And by the magic of technology, really quite amazing, that we all are in different countries. We're in different parts of the world. I guess the person that's farthest away would be Huey. He's in another country on the other coast in another world. And he can hear me. I don't even have to shout, do I, Huey? You can hear me.
No, I got a headset on here.
You're way over in Florida. I'm on Vancouver Island, little island off the west coast of Vancouver, or of Canada, which is up in Comox, British Columbia, where it finally stopped raining. Man, it would rain for 40 days and 40 nights, and we had so much water. Anyway, I think it stopped today. Anyway, that's where I am, and he, of course, is in the sun belt of the whole world in Florida, there where all the Canadian snowbirds are now, right?
Yes, and they must think they're home because it's been cold again.
Oh, is that right? It's been cold there. Really?
Yeah, it was 48 last night. It's going to drop down to around the same again tonight. And I didn't see anything in the 70s or 80s as highs until sometime maybe next week.
Oh, really? You've had a cold.
It's been a cold winter. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been discussing that for the last month. You said how cold it was.
Absolutely. I've had the heat up. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully it warms up. Bob, the man who never complains. Even though he's wearing his flannel shirt and probably has more logs on the fireplace because he lives in Los Lunas, New Mexico, where it's been known to be cold at times.
Yeah, right now it's 43.
Oh, it's not bad.
As I noticed in the chat, a couple of other people are also at 43 in totally different parts of the country. And besides, Ron, we're not in a strange country. You are.
Yeah. Well, there's many countries listening to us today, so it's an interesting world. And then, of course, from Pine, Arizona, we have our music director for our Monday show, the most popular guy. He every time we talk to some people in the audience, they always say, oh, and we always log in before the end of the show because we don't want to miss Ray's music. So he is probably the most popular guy on our show. He also is the president of APCUG and the treasurer. So he's also a techie guy. And his wife, Carol, says he's the nicest man she's ever met. So what can I say?
I don't know. I have no response for that other than when you asked Bob before about complaining. I don't complain either. You know why? Nobody listens.
Correct.
Nobody listens. Oh, we all care about you, Ray. We really do. But hey, did you so when you were down in Phoenix, did you notice a lot of Canadians down there, or lots of snowbirds? Was it busy? You notice a difference in Phoenix? And
I was mostly in Mesa and Gilbert. And so Mesa, your whole home ground, driving through there. What I did notice is they are just building more and more new homes. My daughter and my grandson have moved into a new development, brand new home. The unpacking is amazing. I helped them a little bit last weekend, But as an Arizona resident, I often worry we have a water problem because this is a desert, and yet without any hesitation, areas that were farmlands only 10 or less years ago are now all built up with homes.
With homes,
And,
yeah.
we're going to run out of water pretty soon unless we be more careful.
For sure, for sure. Huey, is there anyone listening to us?
Yes.
Oh, really? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice. Ed, Ed, welcome. Thanks, Ed. 43 degrees, sunny in New Jersey. Gerald Smith, West Seattle, 50 degrees, light rain, cooler, drier weather coming. Yes, I don't know if you're getting duck feet like I am, but I think you're part of the 40 days and 40 nights down in West Seattle, but man, it rained a lot. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club in Detroit, Michigan. What is the whole world at 43 degrees?
Yeah,
what is with the 43 degrees? Jim Ham, Scottsdale in 64 degrees, sunny. Bob Beach at 43 degrees. What is with 43? Liz in Ohio, sunny and 45 degrees, a little bit warmer, 2 degrees. There you go. Mike Lehman from Moncton, New Brunswick, where it is plus 1 degree centigrade. Mike Saunders, good evening from Amsterdam. Oh, from the UK, Amersham. I want to get that right. Amersham in the UK. Good evening. Mike, welcome, and we do appreciate you coming. Jolyn from the low country of South Carolina, a cool 55 degrees. Jolyn, of course, is a regular on our show, and she is a techie person who has done tirelessly worked at her computer club for many, many years. She goes every day and she puts long hours in doing tech work. So if we have questions, we ask Jolyn because she really is in the know. I enjoy following along on Facebook as well. Exactly. Very good. Dick Vogel, I'm watching and listening in 62 degrees Sanford, Florida. Larry, hello from sunny Piano, where it is 60.
Plano.
Piano?
Plano.
Oh, Plano. That's an L. Oh, let me get my glasses redone. Plano, sunny. Where's Plano?
Texas.
Okay. Plano, Texas, where it is 63 degrees. Irving from Deerfield Beach, Florida, where it's 70 degrees. Agree with Huey. That's quite cool in the evenings. Well, good group of people. That's great. Super. All right. Let's talk about a couple of news articles that I wanted to bring up here. And to start with, let me just come down here. And we are going to bring up this article that came out this week. And with all the work we're doing with Chat GPT, this article says, be careful of what you share with AI. Chat GPT appears to be leaking private conversations. So what's with this? I thought we'd just go around and, of course, we've got Huey, who's our AI, well, one of the AI experts. I guess we all use AI. I mean, obviously, Huey, we are always putting things in and say, summarize this or do that, some of our personal data. What's with that? Should we be concerned, or what do you think?
It's out there anyway. You just have to be careful what you're going to copy and paste and put into and ask it to do something with. You don't want anything that's really private. Maybe you don't want to put your bank account information in and so on until we're sure that it's protected.
Well, let's say, let me give you an example here. Suppose you had a will and you had the will digitally, and you said to AI, hey, let's summarize this and I might want to make some changes. Would that be a good thing to do? I mean, all your personal information is in that will. Would you do that with AI?
Nope.
Bob's saying no. Nope. Bob, give us your thoughts on that one.
A couple of things you got to watch out for. Anything you share with AI, unless you specifically said, Don't use my information in what you use to gather new information.
Oh, can you put
It
that in there?
will be it will be part of what
So,
it gathers as knowledge.
uh,
Remember, all it is just a large model of information. And
right.
anything that you do, unless you specifically said don't, gets added to its knowledge base. So if you want to let people know what's in your will, go ahead. It's now public knowledge,
Public
okay?
knowledge. Well,
Correct.
but you know that you can see how people are going to do this. I didn't know that. Now, you said you could ask ChatGPT to not do that?
That's correct. You can.
Ah,
You can.
okay. And
But
what do
it's
you
not
just
that easy, okay? If
Oh, okay.
by default, anything you do is part of what it uses to further its knowledge. Dig deep and you'll find a place where you can say, no, what I put in, you don't use. I only want to take. I don't want to contribute.
Because the other thing is, let's say you had a business and you were doing some competitive bidding quotes or something that might reveal some of the secrets you have. And you said, "Oh, let's just ask ChatGPT to
Don't
summarize this." Don't do
don't
it. So
don't
that's
do
right.
it.
Don't do
Don't
it.
No,
do
but
it.
Okay.
what the larger companies are doing is they're setting up their own servers
Correct.
to be the chat, to do the chat and the AI stuff, and so their information that they're sharing is not getting out to the world. It's only within the company.
Ah, okay. Ray, any comments or thoughts?
Well, you were kind enough to give us a specific article to
Mhm.
look at where this question came up of the leakage of some information that was in the chat, and that was related to a business enterprise. And as I read the article, not
Mhm.
individuals.
Mhm.
So yes, we all learned years ago, if you're going to put it on the internet, privacy is not there anymore. It's out there forever. But I don't think I'm not as worried about it on a personal level. If I was in a business, as that article pointed out, and like you said, maybe some kind of secrets that the company has from their own point of view that they want to keep secret, that's not good to use. But for individuals, I don't see where the issue is. You just use the same common sense we've been using for years.
I guess the question though is that it is so easy to use now is that you just tend to like I use it all day, I do it just and I'm just not really paying attention. I guess I need what I really the reason I put this up to discuss today is just to bring it up to everybody so that they all can so we need to think about this, before
Yeah.
we just hit that button and do stuff with Chat GPT, right? Think about it because you may be sharing some data. Now, there's another thing I
It's
want to talk.
okay. It's okay to share and like our videos. It's not okay to share and like giving everything to everybody else.
Well put, Bob. Well put. I like that. Now, here's another one that I want to talk about is that this in January this year, January of last month, Chat GPT, of course, opened the Chat GPT store. Now, I wanted just to let everyone know what this is because some people may not know. But if you have the paid version, if you have Chat GPT Plus and you're paying the $20 a month, then you can opt into looking at the store, and it would be, I guess it's like, let's say it's like the Android Play Store. You go there, and of course, there's thousands of chats that you can use and make them personal chats. You can put them in your little folder and you can use these. And there's thousands and thousands of them. And you can search all these different chats. And these chats are made, you can make them if you want. Basically, what you do is you take you make a name on a chat that you want to make. You put the prompts in that you want, and you and it will make whatever you want. But here's the kicker is that you can, when you're doing this, you can actually upload files and data into these chats. And this data again, you have to be very careful because this is actually public data. And then these chats are created and you put a name to them and people can use them if you want, right? And I guess and of course, why would people want to do this? And ultimately, there's the theory that you're going to be able to bill for this or make some money. And and it looks, that's not clear yet how it's going to work. It may be sort of a YouTube model where the more you use it and the more you access it and the more people that do that, you get sort of a paid by OpenAI or something like that based on usage. That's not clear yet, but this is in the new the store for OpenAI. And the other thing that's interesting is that the content, and when you upload this, it's quite easy for other people to see the content. You can actually reverse engineer this, and you can copy the prompts that are in there and create your own. So there's going to be some difficulty there. So there's a lot of growing pains on this, but it is very interesting. I watched a video about it this morning on all the chats that are there. Virtually last week, I showed everyone the one I think, Ray, you really liked on Summarize, right?
Yes.
And it's one of the real early ones that's public now and out there. There's 1,000 like that, in the store, right? There's just zillions of them that people have made out there that do interesting things like that. So
Ron, think of it as we all have a spreadsheet. Well, I build a spreadsheet for a certain purpose, and then I want to sell that spreadsheet, and that's what the GPTs that these people are putting together
Right.
are. They're keyed into a central idea, or a specific idea, I should say, and it's using the Chat GPT, but they're calling it individual GPTs with different topics.
Right. That's right.
And you can use them, and some of them are for sale, some are free, and so on. But you do have, in order to create them and to use them, you have to have the paid version.
Okay.
Another
Right.
way to put it is simple. Ron, you're an MD, but MDs all have specialties. And that's what these are. These are the specialized doctors in AI, and they specialize in certain fields. Some work best with videos, some work best with text, some will enhance text. You can write novels, you can do all kinds of things, but they're all specialties. And you have to send AI to a specialist.
All right. All right. Let's change the subject now and let's move on to. I wanted to ask everyone, Siri versus Alexa versus Google Assistant versus Bixby. So, all right. So I thought we would just go around the room here, and I'll start, and then we'll go to Huey, and then Bob, and then Ray. I just want, what do you use out of those four, right? I thought it was interesting, and I did put an article in our Tuesday newspaper, our Tuesday newsletter, that's sponsored, of course, by the Glenora Seniors Computer Club, Geeks on Tour, and the Central Florida Computer Society. Thank you very much for those. And they did put an article about the differences between those. Now, mine, I only use Amazon. You know me, I'm an Amazon all-in guy. I got Echoes and Ring doorbells and Amazon TVs. I'm an all-in Amazon guy. Don't use any of the other ones, including, I don't even use Google Assistant. I'm an all-in Amazon guy. Now, that's just me. Huey, what what are you in? What do you use, all of them, or what do you use?
Well, for the home unit, I have the Miss A, and I've got two of them. I only have two rooms, so I've got two of them. I got one I call Miss A, and the other one I call Echo, and so I have different names for them, but they both do the same things. I can turn on and off lights and so on. So I use that, but I have an Android phone from Samsung, so I use Bixby with it for some things, including I use the Bixby answering. So if somebody calls me and I don't recognize the phone number and it doesn't say scam lightly, I can tell Bixby to answer it. A voice comes on and says, I'm taking messages. What is the purpose of your call and who are you? And as they speak back, I see text of what they're saying on my screen, and I can either answer it or not.
Okay, so you're a Bixby.
So I use Bixby for that. Then I have an iPad, which is the Siri, and then I have let's see, what's the other one? And then and on my phone too, I have I can say, "Hey G," and I've got whatever it's going to give me
You
answers.
got both of those working on your
So I
phone.
use all of them.
Oh, you're a smart guy though. So Bob, what do you use?
The only one I don't use because I don't wear that watch anymore is Bixby.
Right.
I use all the others.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't use Siri because I don't have an Apple product. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
use everything else. The more the merrier. If one doesn't give me the right answer, the other one usually does.
Right.
Sometimes they both want to answer, even though I didn't say anything to them.
All right. And Ray, what do you use?
All right. Well, my actions are somewhat limited compared to you guys, who are way ahead of me. I have 2 Amazon devices in the home and 1 Google Play. Bixby is available on my Samsung phone, but at this point I've chosen not to use it. And there's no need for Siri because I don't own any Apple products. So in the Baxter household, we require a digital assistant. As I said, pretty mundane. Answering questions, the weather, setting timers, listening to news, music, and podcast is really what it takes. I still have the first generation Echo device that I was on the early mailing list, so I got this before almost everybody else in the country, and it's plugged into the living room, does its job. My favorite device is the Amazon Tap, which they no longer make, but the Tap is portable. So you charge it up, has an internal battery, and as long as I carry it around in the house, out in the yard, in the garage, as long as I'm within Wi-Fi range, I have that with me. I'm not have to have it plugged in all the time, which I think is great. Why they stopped making it, I have no idea. So the Google Assistant is in the kitchen. That Carol uses that mostly with music and setting timers for meal preparation.
All right, that's good. Well, I just want to find out what everybody uses in the chat. If you could put what you use, it's interesting that Huey used Bixby. That was sort of cool. Anyway, we'll put in the chat what you use. Are you a all-in Amazon person, or what type of person are you? Put it in the chat, and we'll have a look at that. Huey, before we get on to the news articles, any further? Steve Parker says the snow melted in Port Colborne and flooded our basement.
Boy.
Gerald Smith, I'm a native. I was born with duck feet. Okay.
I missed one somewhere here. It went away. Oh, here it is. It's the next one. Okay.
Geeks on Tour. Well, hello, Chris and Jim from Geeks on Tour. Hi from sunny South Florida, 71 degrees. Steve Parker, our AI on our old Google Mini is suffering from dementia.
I think it's the old Mini that's suffering from it.
Yeah, right. Gerald Mars, Huey, suggestions on AI meetings, how to print response information.
Not sure what he's asking.
I don't either. Not sure, Gerald. Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 50 degrees and cloudy.
I'm going to go back to that. On AI, I'm not sure about AI meetings, but how to print response information. Well, if you ask something of AI and it's there, in order to print it, I usually copy and just paste it in.
Yeah. Isn't there a print feature on it, Huey? I can't open AI. I think it has a print button, doesn't it?
It would be in the browser, but I
Okay.
usually just copy and paste it. And I usually do it into, if I do it into Word, I tell it I want not to have any of the formatting. So otherwise I get little boxes and it's just confusing. Or I'll put it into Notepad, which takes out all of the formatting as well.
Good idea.
Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 50 degrees. Sally, lots of rain in Kirkland, Washington. Yes, indeed. Jolin, Google Nest. Mike Lehman, Amazon all the way. Good. Well done, Mike. Liz, Amazon stuff. Yep, there we go. Richard, I use Google Assistant, only use Alexa on show device. It's not very accurate. Use Google Assistant on my Galaxy Watch. Don't use Bixby. Elizabeth Bradley, I have the original Google Home and I still enjoy it. I did give them to my kids one year for Christmas. They were in their 40s and one in the 20s, and they gave them away.
Wow.
Yeah. Dick Vogel, Amazon.
Okay.
When AI started becoming a popular topic back just about a year ago, I said that the one place that I thought AI would be most prevalent would be in those devices, and it isn't.
Right.
Not yet. It's coming,
But
I bet.
Amazon definitely is working on it.
Amazon is talking about charging for the use of it.
Yep, because they don't make any money as it is.
The difference will be you'll be able to have an ongoing two-way conversation with your device. That's where it's going to lead to. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and Apple is working on AI. They haven't come out with anything they've talked about, but they bought 19 different AI startups. So they're busy collecting people who are experts and can put things together for them.
All right. Let's move on to the news articles now. Let's talk. Okay. The big news this week, of course, was Taylor Swift. And of course, the AI images circulating being Taylor Swift, of course, I think it was X removed them quickly. And of course, it got lots of publicity. Bob, you posted this. Any comments?
You watch the video and you'll be amazed because really it isn't anything new. What is new is the fact it's now easier to do those things. That's the part that's new.
And it is
until AI gets properly regulated, you're still going to have that problem.
Right.
Porn is not permitted in 48 states. But with AI, there's only 10 states that regulate it. So.
Yep. All right. Coming down here. Let's see. That's us live. Ray. Honda.
All right. Kudos to Honda. What they've done is they're providing updates to their older cars. By older, this is the 2018 to 2022 Accord models. And they're providing now the ability to upgrade their infotainment system. And we all know these systems are changing with every new year. There's more features, more things they can do. And you can have a car that's 5 years old and it can't do nearly what a newer car can. Now they're going to actually allow these cars to be upgraded. I think that's a great move. I hope to see the other auto manufacturers do the same things.
All right. Yes, indeed. Because I thought, the movement was to have to pay you to charge you for all this services on a monthly basis, such as BMW. I think BMW does.
I don't think anybody's followed BMW. They were the ones who started it, and I think that it stops there.
Good. Yep. Kudos for them. And then I don't know why.
I don't have a picture of it either.
Yeah. So music labels, go ahead. Can you talk about that?
Okay. So several music labels are suing the nonprofit. It's called Internet Archive, and they have a project called the Great 78 Project. And so the music labels feel they're entitled to hundreds of millions of dollars in potential damages for copyright violations. But the archives say, look, what you're claiming is beyond the statute of limitations, which is usually 3 years from when you discover a copyright violation to bring a lawsuit. The article points out that the project has received such praise from curators, historians, music fans in general, because it's taken music history, some going back as far as the late 19th century, and preserving it, something that these music industry didn't do, but now because somebody else is doing it, they're suing. I think that's wrong.
All right. And Japan government says goodbye to floppy.
Uh,
What's a floppy disk, Ray?
This amazed me. So, considering how much new technology has come from the country of Japan in the last 70 years, the article to me is unbelievable. It states that about 1,900 official government application procedures stipulate that the business not can or will must submit supplementary data using either a CD or a plastic floppy disk that, as we all recall, has a maximum capacity of 1.44 megabytes.
Man, someone's making a lot of discs, eh?
So now a new ruling from the Japanese government has eliminated any reference to a floppy disk or a CD and replaced it what they may consider more contemporary. And maybe, Ron, you could help me define this. They're now saying electromagnetic recording media.
Oh,
Electromagnetic recording media. But anyway, the fact that up until recently, government was still requiring a
Crazy.
plastic amazed me.
Crazy. This one, next one down, right? We'll just switch over to Huey. There you go.
All right. Now, this is a scary thought. Elon Musk has another startup, of course. He has, I can't even begin to name them all. This one is called Neuralink Corp.
Correct.
And he's inserted, this is a lucky individual, I'm sure, inserted a brain implant called telepathy in an individual, marking a step toward a human being able to direct phone or computer actions with their mind. This device is about the size of a quarter, and it was inserted with hundreds of wires and electrodes just under the skull. So, as the article states, quote, far from enhancing our lives, this could prove a step too far in being, quote, connected.
Only because it comes
However,
from Elon Musk.
Yeah, but however, what it's going to be able to do is have people who cannot move their arms and legs.
Right.
It's going to allow them to be able to still do things that they couldn't do otherwise. So there are some medical advancements here that, even though the press talks about it being weird, it's not. It's for medical reasons. And
good point.
If you're one of those people afflicted and can't use your hands, and the only thing you've got left is your brain, this is a godsend.
Yep.
Even if it comes from Elon Musk, it's a godsend.
Right. That's true. There's a lot of press on this week. In fact, I think on the CBC national news, it was lead article a couple of days ago. There's a lot of stuff talked about this, and lots of interviews on stroke rehab people who are looking at this. There's a lot of medical applications for this, so I think it's all good news. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just this could turn out to be something that could be really a big medical advancement. All right, and then Huey. Oops, just hold on, Huey. I'll bring this one up. There we go.
Okay.
Microsoft's new OneDrive design is rolling out.
Yeah, and I hadn't even heard about this until I read it this morning. But they're changing the design and what OneDrive looks like. And it's as much as people are confused with OneDrive, this isn't going to make it easier.
Oh.
It's almost as bad as Google's changing Google Drive. They're changing the menus all the time. Now they're going to change. Oh man, this is going to be difficult. Well, maybe you'll make a video, or Bob will make a video.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I'll have to see what it is. I don't have it yet, so
whatever happened to it, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, no, it's change it so we can call it a new version.
Oh, Bill James would be a good one. He's really into he does all the techie stuff.
I do the Windows SIG, so
yeah, we could add that. Yeah. And this was, of course, now this was sort of a near and dear to my heart thought, because I really love my vacuums. Huey.
Yep. Amazon was going to purchase the Roomba, and they've dropped that, and they are not going to purchase it now. And it's leaving Roomba with a lot of debt and a lot of issues that they may not make it. They may end up going into bankruptcy.
So the interesting part about this article was, well, first of all, before we start feeling too sad, Amazon's going to have to pay Roomba $90 million in termination fees, which is a bit well, they're going to get $90 million, a lot of money. The other thing is the reason that this didn't go through, superficially, it looks as though the EU, it was a European Economic Council that said no go to the deal. They were worried about competition and put the brakes on this. I don't know why. Like with Microsoft and Activision, they did the same thing, but Microsoft kept pushing ahead, and I think they ran out of lawyers over in the EU. They just couldn't keep going long enough, and Microsoft had bigger pockets, so after about 3 or 4 years of battling, they finally got Activision through. I suspect Amazon has deep pockets. I don't know why they didn't push it harder. Maybe they really don't want this technology. I don't know. There was really a weird article. Do you guys have any thoughts on this? There's something, but I don't know. Maybe Amazon just didn't feel like it'd make money at this, or what?
I think they're getting into the game.
Yeah,
well, there's a lot of new China companies that are coming up with models that are a lot cheaper. So the competition really has grown tremendously.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting. I agree.
Amazon picked the most expensive competitor in the business.
Yeah, they were really buying the tech. They were really buying the technology, though. They really wanted just to buy the technology and then move on with it. So I don't know. Interesting. But there you go. And of course, Bard generates. Oh, really? What's this about?
This is a news article from this morning. It's brand new. Bard. Now you can generate photos from Bard. Before it was strictly text. And so I have not played with it yet. Bob, have you played with it?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we'll both experiment the next couple of days, I'm sure.
I'm very happy with Microsoft's Studio because it does really, really excellent work.
The image creator, yeah.
Now I've got an article coming up. Am I on the right track with this, or have I got the wrong article? But there's an article coming. Didn't they make a paid version of Bard? Didn't they announce that this week? Was that Bard?
Yeah, that's I don't know if there's an article about that, but yeah, they're going to have a Bard Pro.
Right. And that's a new feature that's coming, and it's going to be a paid version of Bard, right?
Yeah.
There's a different name, Delphi or something like that. I remember you commenting, Ron, that you like the new name better than Bard.
No, well, yeah, but this anyway, the article come up, but I think there's going to be a paid version of that. Sticky notes. What's sticky?
Well, what sticky notes are. That a lot of people have them stuck all over their screen, but there is an app that Microsoft has had for 10, 15 years.
Right.
It's part of Windows.
Right.
But they haven't updated it in probably 10 years, and they're going to make some updates to it, probably involving some AI as well.
I've used that. I get sort of hot and cold. I mean, that I've used sticky notes for a very long time, and maybe everyone can let us know if you use it or not in the chat. Do you use sticky notes? Well, I use it for a little while, then I sort of get tired of it, and there's other ways of going about keeping my notes. I don't know. Do you guys, are you really into sticky notes on your?
I never used it, but Robin used to use them all the time.
Right.
Jolyn posted as a comment that she used to use sticky notes, but she's now switched over to Google Keep.
Yeah. There's other ways of going about this that make it, I don't know.
I can tell you, when I worked in the banking industry, I would walk around the office at times and in my role, and I would see that some of the secretaries would have the old-fashioned yellow sticky note stuck to their computer monitor with the password written down.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So not exactly high security.
But the second choice was that they put that sticky note on underneath their keyboard. Yeah. And no one would ever know to look there.
No, that's a big secret.
It was funny when after I retired, I went back to the military and did some contract work. And, to get into the medical records in the military on the base, there was like, you had to get through 4 different systems, and each required a password, and these password had to be changed every month. And everyone had 4 sticky notes on their monitor.
Yep, that was
Yeah,
To get
they all did. I
anywhere.
really can remember. I mean, you can rotate so many passwords, right? But after 4 months, you're sort of
To get to your IRS account, you not only have to send them a copy of your driver's license, but then you have to take a selfie and forward that to them. And if the two don't match, you don't get to the account. Fabulous way of securing it.
don't grow a beard in between.
Yeah,
Right.
that's yep.
Yeah, this is the article. This was Google's Bard Advanced is getting a subscription paywall soon.
Yep.
So this is coming up. So now, so I think they'll all have. Then Copilot's got a paywall, doesn't it? Well, you have to have the 365 subscription, don't you?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you have to pay for that, and then Bard will be paid. OpenAI, there'll be a paid version. So I guess we're moving into paying.
Well, I pay for Copilot Pro, but that's done on a month, and I'm not sure I'm going to continue for too many months.
Right. Jolin says, I use Bard instead of Chat GPT. I think I'd be willing to pay for premium Bard.
Why not pay for Copilot Pro?
Yeah,
20
Jolin,
$20 bucks.
if Jolin, could you put in the chat, like, what do you like about Bard better than Chat GPT? I'm interested. I don't really, I only use Chat GPT. I'm interested what you like about Bard that's better than Chat GPT.
I think if you're used
Bard
to using
has
the
a
Chrome
better
browser, it's right there. That's probably the reason why people would use Bard, because of the browser that they use most of the time.
But sometimes it does have better answers. It worded differently, more human-like.
Okay. Huey, comments. Anybody? It's time we should
Yep.
probably look at our comments here. Bob Baxter, Bellevue, Washington, 52 degrees and light rain. Geeks on Tour, I lost track of all the smart devices around you. I know, you just, except now the only thing about me is they're all Amazon. So I got them on every room. They're all Amazon. Mike Saunders, Ron, I'm watching on my phone. Everything is small. Can you hide the manage page? No, I can't. That's not technically possible. Sorry, Mike. We tried that. I know that's a problem, and it just doesn't, for a lot of technical reasons. Richard, can you?
Suggestion for him though would be to go ahead and go to the Facebook page and follow us right there on his own.
Oh, that's a good idea.
On
Yeah,
his phone.
good idea. Richard, can you do pictures using Bard?
I think he says you can. He's
You
not
can do
asking
pictures.
questions.
Okay,
He's
all right,
making a
okay.
statement.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah. Let's see, where am I here? And let's see, there we go. Whoops.
Richard says, I've used Bard to make pictures from a prompt. Okay.
Yeah, that's text to image.
Right. Murray Strom says, I use them occasionally, but not a lot.
And he's talking about the sticky notes.
Oh, okay. Richard said, Jolin, I used to keep. So Richard's replying to Jolin, I used keep to and still have sticky notes pads on my desk. Jolin, I can pin the answers I want and refer back to. Okay. Jolin, simple and easy. Maybe she's referring to Bob. You guys use Bard. Do you think it's easier than Chat GPT?
I use both.
What do you
And
guys?
I think she was.
Yep.
She was talking about using Keep, I think, instead of using sticky notes.
Oh, okay.
I use Evernote. I've got over 23,000 notes in my Evernote.
All right. Okay, coming down. So, of course, the big news this week is with Apple's Vision Pro that's just been released, and of course, there's lots of articles on it, and I'm not going to go over all the different features in it. Needless to say, it's getting a lot of press, and people are very excited about the technology. And it is actually selling very well in the short term. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Ron, they sold 200,000
Yeah,
of them at 3,500. That's $700 million.
I know. It's pretty cool technology, and I think, and included in this now is Apple Vision Pro to get Microsoft 365 apps at launch. So you'll be able to do your Microsoft stuff in the.
I guess Bill James has to get one of these, right? So he
I
can do
know.
it.
I'm mentioning it to Bill. I said it's not in our budget, but maybe in Bill's, right? So anyway, it's it's a very interesting technology, and as I said, it's getting a lot of press.
And speaking of
And
that, here's a review of
and
it.
here it is, Apple's Vision Pro review. So if you want, I'm not going to go through the whole review, but that's sort of what it looks like, and we'll see.
Yeah, Jolin says that the weight is going to probably be an issue.
It looks like it's front heavy, eh? Like you look how far out that comes from her eyes, eh? So yeah,
Expect a lot of stiff necks.
yes indeed.
Well, the way technology goes, it won't be too long. It'll be a pair of eyeglasses. We'll do all of that.
Well, that's right. This is just the version 1, right? We're moving ahead. So anyway, interesting. Jolin says from a few reviews already, the weight of this headset may be the dislike of many. Be prepared for sore necks and backs. This was a very interesting article. 5G home internet customers are happier than cable TV internet customers. So this was, if we look at the article.
That's the unit that I know Mike Ungerman touted he had as a backup. It was like $50 a month,
Right.
and it would work from your 5G cell and give you internet and Wi-Fi in your house. This past week they snuck in a price increase, and it's now $60 a month.
Well, this said recently Parks Associates released a new study looking at the happiness level of 5G home internet users. According to this report, 66% of 5G home internet customers are happy with the price and rate the internet good to fair. This compares to just 35% of cable TV customers who are happy with their internet. So it's interesting as cord cutting, of course, and as the cable services die, slow but a very quick death. Now we're looking at things moving ahead quickly with 5G.
One of the issues with T-Mobile though is that, and I have a friend who got it early on and he loves it, but his neighbor tried to get it. His neighbor and couldn't. Why? Because it has to be line of sight. You have to be able to see. So this is a nice setup, but it's not available, I would say, to the majority of people, unless you're physically in a location where you can see your cell tower.
Now, this was great news this morning because, of course, we talk a lot about YouTube TV, and it is a great service. Huey, you have YouTube TV, right?
That's correct.
Bob or Ray, do you have it, or?
I have it.
No, I just have YouTube Music Premium, but I tried the YouTube. It was free for about 2 weeks. I tried it, and it didn't meet my needs.
Okay, but I think Bob has it, right?
Yeah, I use it.
Okay, so it is amazing service, but of course it is only available in the United States, period. And so when I looked at this, YouTube is looking at expanding now outside the United States, and so I can't imagine they want to come to Canada and deal with the CRTC, which are regulatory bodies. I can't imagine them wanting to tackle that one. But and maybe if we're lucky, we'll see this move on and come to different countries.
Bob, let me ask Bob a question. Does the YouTube TV provide a DVR capability?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Unlimited for 90 days.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, and just about anything. There were some announcements in the last couple of days that apparently they're having some issues with some of the local stations in some areas, so they're losing them temporarily. I'm sure they'll finally come to agreements with them. But they're also there was something else on the YouTube TV news today, and it just popped out of my mind. But it's and somebody made a comment that subscriptions are expensive. I think I pay $83 a month, but that I can have it on 2 TVs. It's unlimited DVR. I can watch on my my iPad. I can watch it on my phone. I can watch it on my computer. So it's and as Bob said, it's basically unlimited DVR, so you can record anything.
Actually, when you use the back button, which I occasionally do, you wind up going back to the program that you were watching, but it's been recorded, so you don't miss anything. You actually go back in time and pick up where you left off when you left the channel. Sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's not so good.
Yeah.
Huey, do you want any more comments on 200,000? This is just your article. You said Apple sold over 200,000 in 10 days.
Oh, you want to go back? I thought you wanted the any
no,
comment.
no, I just wanted I have it up. Do you want any more comments on that? We've discussed it.
I'm not sure where you are. We missed one. But this one is Apple sold. Yeah, we just talked about that.
About it. Yep.
Did we miss one?
Yeah, you missed one.
I probably can't see it. I'll switch over.
You posted too.
Okay, that's probably what. Oh yeah, this is a good one. China overtakes Japan in auto exports with its boost from EVs, and it says they are I think China now is the largest EV exporter in the world. In fact, one of the companies, I talked about it last week, I can't remember the name of it, BD something, they make more electric cars than Tesla. And these are exported all around the world to different countries. They don't come into Canada or the United States because of regulations on cars and what you can import and so on and so forth. But they are sold all around the world. So they are the largest exporter of EV vehicles in the world. I thought that was an interesting article.
Ron, it's a bit ironic that clean technology is coming out of the country that produces the most amount of pollution. It really doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. So that was it. Now, if we come down here, Huey, how many DuckDuckGo make money? How does DuckDuckGo make money? Well, that's a good question. How does it do that?
Well, that's what this article talks about. It basically is they're still advertising, but it's they're not collecting data, and the advertising usually is based on what the kind of information you look at, not specific.
Okay. Let's have a look. Cyber warfare. This must be a video from Bob.
It is, and that's one we're going to have on Monday.
Monday, yes, which we should remind everybody. Don't forget to watch on Monday. It's our 200th episode. Huey will be hosting it, and it'll be a great show on Monday. So don't miss it.
Yeah, let's get the last couple of comments here before.
We got about 3 minutes. I want to get a couple more articles first, okay?
Okay.
We also want to read the notes people left.
Yeah, we'll do that. just an information article. If you're interested in S24 cases, Tom's Guide reviewed them. You can have a look at that. What's this one here? That the one after that, I think you can see that. Oh yeah, Fitbit denies Charge 5 update, makes devices unusable. So there's a lot of articles this week that came out about the Fitbit 5. There was a software upgrade to Fitbit, and I'm sure they're denying it, but I'm sure it's there because there was a tremendous number of articles that the Charge 5 got bricked, and a lot of cases just wouldn't work anymore. My advice, if you are looking for purchasing a Fitbit, I know that Costco still has the Charge 5s. At least our Costco doesn't have the Charge 6s. Charge 6 is much better. Don't buy a Charge 5. Spend the extra $20 and buy the Charge 6. It's the current latest model. The Charge 5 you don't want to buy. The next one here, let's just come up. Passkeys. Google is making it easier for Pixel owners to use passkeys. Again, I've done a whole video about that. We'll talk lots about passkeys.
You missed one, and I've got it up.
Okay. And then new Samsung S24 series now available in Canada. Oh, yeah. So, hey, the S24 is now available in Canada. There you go. I think we're going to call that. Let's look at any final articles here. I'm just going to stop. We'll remove. There we go. Let's Stan Wallner. Hi, my part of the Orlando area is sunny, 65 degrees, 45 for tonight. I have the T-Mobile 5G. Oh, cool. Going on 1 year. Quite happy with it. So you're one of the happy ones. That's great. No price increase. Richard said subscriptions cost more than cable, not cutting the cable. YouTube TV costs too much, and I can see a lot of other services for less money. Richard says the only EV I'd ever get is a hybrid that charges itself. Jolin says agreed. John says interesting articles today. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was a good week for articles. Yeah, it was. Thanks, Jolin. Thanks I want to thank everyone for coming. It's certainly very we really do appreciate everyone coming to listen to us. And if spread the word around, please. If you have friends that want to come and listen, please do that. We're always interested in new people listening to us. And don't forget our Monday show on Monday for our 200th episode. Huey will be hosting that. I'll be there, but I get the day off, which is sort of nice.
And before you go, please click the thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up, like subscribe. Thank you so much.
It helps us.
Yep, thanks so much. All right, until we see you again next week, same time, same place, or maybe we'll see you Monday, hopefully. Anyway, bye now, and thanks for coming.
Bye, folks.